Hi, and welcome to another episode of Was It Worth the Watch? This is episode 9, so closing in on that 10 milestone. For those of you who have been keeping up with my podcast, thanks again for all the comments and feedback. And for those of you just joining, welcome. And if you like what you hear and see, please give me a like and a subscribe and continue to follow my podcast. So, for today's episode, I'll be reviewing the new Osgood Perkins horror film, Keeper, and the new third installment of Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So, with that being said, let's get started. So, our first film is Keeper. So, this is the newest Osgood Perkins horror film, and it revolves around a couple who are currently have been dating for over a year, and they decide to go out to the gentleman's family cabin out in the woods. They're planning on spending the weekend together, and strange things begin to happen. As the story continues, more and more strange things, visions that the woman's seeing, all leading up to a surprising conclusion. So I don't want to give too much away on this film. I will say it's a rather hard film to describe without giving things away. As far as the story is concerned, I thought in the beginning the movie had some potential, but it's such a drag. I mean, this movie is super slow. I felt myself daydreaming, more than once, just kind of hoping this movie would get to the point. Osgood Perkins as a director, I'm kind of torn with him. I did not like Long Legs, and I liked The Monkey. I know a lot of people didn't, but I actually liked The Monkey. The story was far-fetched and ridiculous, but I actually enjoyed it for what it was worth. This one, it was so slow, and it was trying to be art house. I mean, a lot of the scenes, here's a scene focusing on the glass on a counter, and here's a scene of water dripping in the bathtub, or here's a scene of water flowing in a stream. I don't know where he was trying to go with this. I don't know what the symbols, the symbolization was. And I don't like films that I got to sit there and wonder and dissect. I want a movie that, give me the story and give me a good ending. This movie had neither. The ending was weird and ridiculous. I honestly came out of this movie like feeling like, what the heck did I just waste my time on? So I guess you can easily tell from where I'm going that was it worth the watch? No, it was not worth the watch. This movie is beyond boring, tedious, pretentious. There's so many other words I could think of, but I don't want to say those. But yeah, not worth the watch. Don't waste your time. I don't even recommend watching it on streaming. I think you could easily skip this film, pretend like it never happened. As soon as my wife asked me what did I think about the movie, I said, yeah, they called it Keeper. I wish they would have kept it because, yeah, that's how bad it was. I mean, I found nothing redeemable about this film. It wasn't scary. It had nothing. There was no tension. There was no buildup. Yeah, I just did not like this movie at all. So unfortunately for Keeper, don't even bother. Don't even waste your time. All right, so there you have it on Keeper. So our next film is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. So this is the third installment of the Now You See Me films, and it revolves around the four horsemen, the magicians who are out to exploit and show the corporations and the people that are criminals and are doing things to hurt the average citizen. So they're basically Robin Hoods with magic. So in this film, we have a new young group of magicians who decide to deep fake the real horseman to expose a Bitcoin guy who ripped off a lot of people. So little do they know that they're actually being watched by one of the original horsemen. And when he exposes them, he tells them that they need to help him and the organization, the Eye, on their newest project to expose a corrupt diamond dealer who has been basically laundering money for the drug cartels and other corrupt governments. As the movie moves along, we're reunited with the other original horsemen. And so the film basically is about them trying to expose this rich diamond dealer. What did I think of Now You See Me, Now You Don't? It's an okay action film. I think they didn't need this one. It feels like a lot of movies now are starting to try to hit on the nostalgia of older films while trying to bring in a younger generation by having younger characters in the films, kind of leading up to, oh, are they going to take over the franchise? Is there going to be a new franchise? So I think that's definitely what they tried to do here. It was done with Ghostbusters and several other films, excuse me, where they brought in younger casts, and we have the older original cast, say their goodbyes and move on. You saw it with Scream. Although with Scream, there are some older characters that just won't let go. So we'll see what Scream 7 looks like. But for this film, again, here you had the old cast kind of saying their goodbyes, but I don't want to give away any endings or anything like that. But you're kind of left with, okay, are these new younger guys are they gonna take over, and we're gonna get a new Now You See Me version with just them. As far as the story itself, it was interesting, but been there, done that. It's just like the other two. There's always some, maniacal corporation leader or whoever that is ripping people off. It feeds on our own society, where we feel like corporations are only out there to make money on the backs of everyone else, and they could care less about who they hurt. So this one is similar, has a little more of a background as far as the corruption and what this diamond dealer actually has done in the past that needs to be exposed. Was it worth the watch? Again, I was kind of torn. It's a decent action film. The magic tricks are getting a little more unbelievable. So was it worth the watch? I would say no, it's not worth the watch. Not in theaters, at least. This one, again, you can easily wait for it to come on streaming. If you got a couple hours to kill, it's a decent watch. If you have watched the first two films and you just want to see these characters again in another film, then you can watch it. But to run out to theaters to see this, don't waste your time. It's not worth it. I actually rolled my eyes several times during the film. It just gets to the point where we're supposed to believe that these guys are magicians, but some of the stuff they pull is so high tech, and I'm just like, where are they getting the money for this stuff? Where are the equipment, the technology to set all this up without anybody seeing them doing this? It just gets to the point where believability is out the window. And if you go into the film taking it for what it's worth, again, it's a decent action film. But if you sit there and try to think of it logically, it is what it is. so yeah, I definitely can't recommend this film as a worth the watch. Definitely wait till it comes on streaming. So that way, if you feel like I felt midway through the movie, you'd probably wind up turning it off and finding something else to watch. So, all right. So there you have it. We've got two not worth the watch films this week. Keeper, definitely not worth the watch. Don't even bother with it. And Now You See Me, Now You Don't, not worth the watch in theaters. You could check it out on streaming, but don't rush out to the theaters to see it. Okay, so that does it for episode 9. I'm looking forward to episode 10, and hopefully we'll have a couple of worth the watches to celebrate our 10th episode. But, until then, we'll have to wait and see. Please continue to give me a like and a subscribe, and continue to follow my podcast as well as my YouTube and Instagram pages. Please send me comments and feedback. I'm more than happy to start a conversation. I don't want my opinion to be the only opinion, but if you have any comments, please send them along. And so until then, keep watching what's worth watching. Bye.